Alright guys, welcome back to What If a Cell Jr. Survived. Hope you're enjoying the series. I know I am. But it's finally time for the Tournament of Power. I hope you're all excited because I know I am. The grand finale. With all that being said, let's get to it. We cut to Captain Ginyu and Broly's body, Granola and Cell, as they are in the new and improved Ginyu Force. But they didn't really know what to do. True, they all wanted revenge. Granola against the Saiyans, Captain Ginyu to destroy Goku and Vegeta, and Cell to get revenge on his daughter, and maybe turn him to his side, but he knew he was unlikely for that to happen. However, as things went on and they were ready to battle and go to Earth, something would happen, the Tournament of Power. As we cut to Beerus. Beerus was with Kibble, watching a movie, as suddenly he got a call. And as he received it with Whis, it was Zeno, and he shook, and Zeno told him about the Tournament of Power. He told him how he must gather everyone. And he agreed. He had to gather the strongest fighters. Beerus and Whis and Kibble would all go back down to Earth, and they would side for Jinx to take Master Roshi's place. But who else should fight? As they were all thinking, suddenly a spaceship landed, as Captain Ginyu and Broly's body got out and did a pose. And Granola and Cell just looked at him like, come on, man. Why didn't you do your poses, Ginyu Force? He said. They're annoying. Fine. I miss my old team. They all got ready to fight, but then Beerus said, you're getting involved in a tournament. Cell said, I don't think, but then Beerus lifted up his hand and revealed God of Destruction energy, and they all sensed it. They all sensed that Beerus could kill them within an instant. Their bodies began to shake as he looked at them seriously. If you don't join, I will erase you from existence. No afterlife. And they all nodded. As Beerus said, well, that was easy. We got new members. So yeah, it would be Piccolo, Gohan, Jinx, Kibble, Goku, Vegeta, Ginyu, Granola, and Cell. They were already in the tournament, and also 17, of course. Ready to battle in the great Tournament of Power. Later, Whis would take them all to the tournament. As they all looked around, all the teens were there, and they were ready to fight. Cell simply smirked, looking at all these fighters, ready to get things on. His ultimate form is pretty strong, but he's not the strongest on his team, sadly. Maybe this tournament can push himself further, like he pushed himself fighting Gohan. As he looked at Jinx, he said, "Aw, my daughter ready to fight. I'm proud of you, or I would be, if you wouldn't have joined those stupid Saiyans. Why don't you join your father, and you and I can have some great fun." She laughs and says no. Then he sighs and says, worth a try, I guess. As suddenly, the tournament began. As the tournament began, universe after universe began to battle each other. However, Universe 6 knew of Universe 7's potential, and they knew they had to get him out fast. So as Piccolo and Gohan were fighting together, suddenly two Namekians would see them and begin to charge towards them. The two Namekians began to push back Gohan and Piccolo. They seemed so strong, so powerful, but then they both started to laugh. Why are you... As the Namekians looked confused, why were they laughing? Piccolo and Gohan shouldn't be stronger than them. They fused with every Namekian on their planet, but then Piccolo turned orange and Gohan turned beast, as they both shocked and walked back. How could you reach this power? Piccolo says simple. There's a way above getting stronger. You mentioned fusion. That works well, I'm not gonna lie, but you gotta push yourself, you gotta train, and you gotta reach new limits. You can't just rely on others for your strength. You have to dig deep and rely on your own strength along with others. You only relied on others. It seems like you're weak now. Special beam cannon! As he launched a special beam cannon with Gohan, the two Namekians were launched off the edge, easily defeated. Champa was so annoyed that this happened. Meanwhile, Universe 9 was taking their luck fighting Kibble and Cell. As they were fighting, suddenly the trio of danger jumped in, pushing Cell and Kibble back. As the Supreme Kai laughed, "This is the power of the ninth universe." They began to push further and further as they began to battle them. As the trio of danger all charged at Cell and Kibble, they both began to battle them. All of Universe 9 against both of them, father and daughter, fighting like a team. Cell would say, "Who would have guessed we'd be the ones fighting together? Shut up." The trio of danger pressed on them with all they got, but they were simply too weak. Cell in his ultimate form, and Kibble with her godly key, was too much for Universe 9, as they were wiped out. The Supreme Kai of Universe 9 screamed in terror, screamed in pain, screamed for mercy, but he did not receive any, as his entire universe was wiped away, slowly. And stopped fighting, just for a little bit, to witness this. An entire universe gone, destroyed, erased, completely obliterated. It was all gone. However, Piccolo and Gohan would then have to fight Universe 10. As this was going on, Kibble and Cell would suddenly see two people walk up to them. Kale and Cauliflower both come down straight to Cell and Kibble. As they both begin the battle, suddenly Captain Ginyu jumps into Broly's body, saying, "I got this." As Captain Ginyu battles them both, suddenly Jiren would see this and begin to come in. As Jiren was coming in, Gohan and Piccolo were busy. Kale and Cauliflower both battled Captain Ginyu in Broly's body. Captain Ginyu was stronger because he's been training his body, getting used to it, but he still wasn't able to unlock its full power like Broly would. Meanwhile, Jiren fought Cell and Kibble. Jiren saw how strong Universe 7 was. He saw how powerful it was, so he knew he had to push them back, right here, right now. So he began to push them back forward and forward, more and more and more. Beerus looked at this. And Beerus knew he had to do something. But they don't have ears. He couldn't make them fuse. There's only one way they could fuse, but they had to get it right. And it was the only way for Cell and Kibble to win. As Beerus says, "Hey, do the fusion dance." As they both looked at each other. They've never done it before, but they've seen it. Cell was shown the fusion dance a couple times. After all, he was in Kibble's body, so he remembers everything she saw. They knew they had to do it just right. As they did the fusion dance, suddenly it became Kib Cell. Kib Cell, Cell Kib, whatever you want to call them, was fused. And finally, they are ready to fight Jiren. As that battle was going on, we cut to Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu was battling both Kale and Cauliflower with everything he had. But they were becoming stronger and stronger. And then Champa said, "Put on the earrings." They put on the earrings. As Kefla was born, she began to battle Captain Ginyu, and Captain Ginyu stood no chance. Broly's body could probably take her, but he didn't fully unlock it yet. He only had 30 to 40% of Broly's power. With only that amount of power, he was no match for Kefla. But then he had an idea. As Kefla began to beat up Captain Ginyu, she said, "It's over. We're the ultimate fighters in the universe. No one can defeat us." But then, suddenly, Captain Ginyu punched a hole in his chest. And Kefla was confused, and everyone in the whole tournament was confused. But then he said, "Change now!" as he took her body and began to do a pose. "I am the great Captain Ginyu, and I have the power to steal bodies." Universe 6, Champa said, "That's not allowed. You can't take bodies." The Grand Priest looked at Zeno, and Zeno said, "We allow it because it's fun." Well, they allow it. Champa was so pissed off. This can't be possible. How could they do this? How could someone steal someone's body? And then Captain Ginyu says, "I heard about fusion. If I take a fused body, it never unfuses, because now it only has one soul." Kefla then looked at Captain Ginyu and Broly's body. They began to fall down, their chests bleeding, as Kefla picked him up and threw him off the edge, causing him to be the winner. As Captain Ginyu laughed. In a girl's body. He remembered back when he took Bulma's body, but this time he's not going to lose it. This time he was ready to stay in this body. As then we cut back to Cell and Kibble in one body, fighting Jiren. As suddenly, Jiren would charge at him, but Cell would start to charge a perfect Kamehameha as he would blast it into Jiren with all of his might, launching him off the edge. As everyone was shocked, no one could beat Jiren, but they knew what they had to do. All the other universes came at Universe 7 So Universe 7 all together launched a Ki Blast, as all the other universes launched a Ki Blast. It was every universe against them, an epic beam struggle that took up the entire ring. Vegeta turned Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Goku turned Blue Kaioken, Kibble and Cell's body pushed themselves, turned into a max form, and Captain Ginyu used all the power of his new body. All of them began to push all of their power into them. Jinx even turned Super Saiyan Blue. Everything they had, everything they got, Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan. The epic beam struggle blew up and knocked out everyone, except for Captain Ginyu, Gohan, Hit, and Dispo. As all the universes were erased, they got up, barely able to move, as they both looked at each other, 2v2. Gohan didn't have enough stamina to use his beast form, as Dispo could barely run, but he ran as fast as he could as he hit Gohan again and again and again. Gohan didn't have the speed as he was getting pushed further and further from the edge, but he knew what he had to do. He used everything he had to make a ki bubble around him and jump off the edge, knocking them both off. After that, it was just Hit versus Captain Ginyu. Hit would use his time skip ability again and again and again, but each time he did, Captain Ginyu hit him. But he built up enough time energy to trap him. As he said, it's over. We've won. Universe 7, you were so strong you made all the universes come against you. You were so strong no one, and I mean no one wanted to challenge you, but we did, because we knew that if we didn't, we would be wiped out. I wish for all the universes back, including you, don't worry. Captain Ginyu then said this. What makes you think you're gonna win? As his anger pushed through, he broke the time barrier and punched Hit off the ring. As Captain Ginyu won, he wished for all the universes to come back so he could teach them how to do poses. And everyone was shocked on why he wished that. And Zeno was like, you sure? You're very sure? He goes, yeah, nervous. And he brings them all back. And it was a test, and they passed. And that's where I leave things off. For now, I might come back to this series, especially with the new Ginyu Force. And Captain Ginyu with that body, he might just come back and kill all of them. That's how it ends. Because obviously, that would be the best ending. Okay, I'm joking. Please don't crucify me in the comments. Anyway, I love Captain Ginyu. Have a weird session with him. And Jinx got blue and all that crap. And that's super cool. Freaking Cell, father and daughter made up and fused. Fucking all that stuff. A lot of story. Anyway, see you next video. Hopefully the movie will be up tomorrow. Love you all. Peace out.